to. I'm not new to Coalfields. I'm new to this role. 3 months in, we're still here, and hopefully going well. I've been with the Trust since May 2000. I started as a Yorkshire Regional Development Manager, working in one of our biggest coalfields in England, and I've learnt a lot. I've come up today from the Kent coalfields, and one of the things that you do when I travel around the country, I speak to the teams, I meet the organisations, the scale of the coalfields, the number of people living in the former coalfields is 5.7 million. And when you go and see, when you go down to Kent and you see the coalfields there, some of those issues are inherent in all our communities. So, one of the things that we wanted to do with you tonight is you'll see, hopefully in your packs, that we've got a new vision. Our vision is really simple. Our vision is that we want our coalfields to be places that provide opportunities, and the best opportunities, for people to work, for people to learn, and for people to live healthy lives. Now that doesn't sound very complicated, but actually when you look at some of the challenges that we have in our communities, that's what we need. So when we take this work forward, that's what we want to do. It's aspirational, it's about ambition, and it's about providing our communities with the best opportunities that we can with the resources we've got. Now I want to thank our staff here tonight, as well as our trustees and the supporters. And you'll hear from some fantastic projects later on. And they're the ones that really are the stars of the show, as Nikki said. These are the community organisations that provide the activities, the services that make a huge difference to people's lives on a daily basis. I also know how much work goes into these events, Paulie. And I want to thank you anyway, as Chief Exec, to the Head of Operations, Paulie, and the rest of the team in pulling this event together. So, our strategy. So for many years, I think Nikki alluded to some of the challenges we've had. And when we had our last UK government grant, which ended in 2015, we had to become enterprising. We weren't going anywhere, the challenges were still there. And we're very thankful that we've retained support in both the Welsh Government and the Scottish Government for years. And yes, we will continue conversations, hopefully, to bring more resources in to the communities. And if we can help do that, that's what we want to do. But when we lost the government funding in the UK, that was probably the most difficult time I'd had in the organisation. We had amazing teams across the regions, delivering fantastic work, and we had to reduce some of that. But one of the things we were convinced we needed to do was find a way that we could create some sustainable income to deliver the work that we wanted to in the coalfields. So what did we do? We started to be more enterprising. We invested in some property, and that created some income, and that enabled us to continue delivering some of the work that we were doing. But that's not what we're about. We're a community regeneration charity. We wanted to do something that made a difference, and not just to the economy, but to the people. So we started to build industrial units in communities that needed the jobs. When we look at the data, and it's great because we've got one of the authors of the State of the Coalfields report and the Scottish one here tonight. But when we looked at the data, what we know about the coalfields is that we have less jobs per 100 population, right? So we wanted to do something about that. So our response was not just about making money, it was about creating jobs in our communities that were local to where people lived. And they didn't have to commute because of the connectivity issues that we have in a lot of our traditional pit villages. So we started to do this, and that started back in 2016. And we've built that, and we've built a really, really good track record of doing it. And that is the heart of what we're driving forward here. These things have to go in tandem. We can't do this on our own, but what we have done is created a model, we think, is an innovative model. I've spoken to people in the private sector, private developers, people who've been doing this work for years. And there's no one like us. No one's doing the work that we're doing. A developer isn't channeling all that profit that we get from that work back into the communities. So we think we've got a really strong USP as a charity, something that we think, one, we're very proud of, and two, we want to build on. And that's what we're taking into our new strategy over the next 5 years. So our vision of the Coalfields is for us to be a community wealth builder. And we will invest that money back into those communities, into the projects and the organisations that really need it, and they need that support. We've set 5 missions. First is about community. That's the heart of what we do. You've heard from Nikki, you'll hear from other speakers tonight. They're at the heart of what we do. It's about the people, it's about the places, it's the spaces where they deliver their activities from, and that is what we've always been about. But we recognise there are challenges. We know that health issues are worse in our communities than the national averages. So health will be a key mission for us. And our challenge is simple. We want more people, thousands more people, to benefit from activities that improve their lives and from a physical and mental health perspective, engaged in activities that make a difference. We also want to encourage learning and education. So one of our missions is skills. It has to be. We've got to give people the opportunity to build skills, access new activities that actually encourage them, maybe into either progressing into work, participating locally, volunteering. We want to see a new generation of volunteers, young people getting involved in their communities, and we need people to help us support that. We also want jobs, and we will continue to develop our model around building in areas to bring jobs, creating new areas and opportunities for our small to medium enterprises, and also help people who need support into work. And also, we've got a climate challenge. So for us, we want to try and invest in projects which help our community buildings to become more sustainable, energy efficient, but also look at harness the opportunities that community renewable energy has for areas like Scotland. I mean, there's huge, hopefully, potential of income for our communities if we can channel it in the right way. So we think we've got an innovative model here. We want to do development in Scotland, and this week we had some good news. We've signed there's an opportunity for us in Cowdenbeath, right? Which is for us to hopefully pursue a development in Cowdenbeath in the constituency, which would be absolutely fantastic. So it's subject to planning, but I wanted to tell you that tonight because we're committed to delivering that model across all our coalfields. It's not just about England, it's Scotland and Wales as well. So for us going forward, we need support. We can't do this alone. We know that. We work with partners, we work with the community organisations. We add value where we can. We listen, but we work with people and we don't do things for them. So that's our vision. Hopefully, I would love to speak to some of you after tonight anyway, but actually I hope that communicates a clear sense of our ambition for our communities. Thank you very much.